Everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I just wanted to talk about if you haven't ever been to a spiritual workshop and just what to expect, the format of how most of them go, and so on and so forth. Stay tuned. Okay, so you've researched your favorite workshop, whether it be for cards, mediumship, anything. So you're wondering now, like, it's your first one. What's going to happen? What type of people are going to be there? And how it's going to go down, basically. So for most of the workshops, particularly mediumship, I'll just go into those workshops first. What will happen is you go in, you're kind of greeted at the door usually. Someone will just ask your name and welcome you, ask you, do you want a cup of tea? So it's all very kind of informal. At first, when you go in, you may feel a little bit uncomfortable because you don't know any of the people. Sometimes they may have come with friends, so you might feel like you've just come on your own and you've no one to talk to. You might feel like everyone else is kind of like a buddy to talk to, and you haven't. But usually, like at the break time, like everyone kind of you get paired off during the day and stuff, so it's not like you won't know anyone for the entire day. Usually these workshops are for about 2 days. So usually what will happen is when everyone's settled, everyone's in their seats, they're usually sitting in a circle, and the facilitator or the person giving the workshop will give their little speech, kind of at the beginning, introduce themselves, give kind of like their bit of their background, maybe one or two of their qualifications, that type of thing, and let you know how they work. Then usually what they do to ease you into it is they will do a group meditation, and this is usually a live meditation. Sometimes it will be on CD, but more often than not it's you're obviously paying a lot of money, so you would expect it to be a meditation given by the actual person. And what it will help you to do is just to relax yourself, kind of like open yourself up a little bit more, just so that you can help with your communication and stuff. You don't meditate to communicate right before, kind of you do it, but they do it just more or less to kind of get you relaxed, kind of get you in the zone, and just to help relieve any anxieties that you will have while you're there, because they know it's nerve-wracking to be there, and you're nervous and you want to do well, and you don't want to kind of show yourself up in front of everyone else, so it's very normal. Usually what they'll do after the meditation is they may do like a quick exercise, and usually what they'll do is they will pair you off with someone else. The first exercise is usually only something very, very small, like sometimes they come up with their own exercises and stuff to do at the workshops. So I'm trying to give an example of something that they might do, because it might be just sitting opposite someone and kind of like trying to pick up something off them psychically. I forgot to say, usually what they would do is it's usually a 2-day workshop, and on the first day they will do the psychic stuff because it requires more energy, and then on the second day they'll do the mediumship. So we'll just concentrate on the psychic stuff for the moment. So yeah, what they will do is they'll pair you off. You try to pick up what you can off the other person. Usually when I've ever gone to workshops, I've never, like, I'm really bad at like picking up stuff off people, like when they've been right in front of me, but I haven't done a workshop in quite some time, so I'm not too sure if it's still like that. But it's very awkward, like when you meet a new person, like, and then you're trying to pick up stuff off them. Sometimes you'll pick up stuff, but sometimes you won't. It's just the way it kind of goes. But that's a good kind of like, that's the best thing about these workshops. You get to practice with brand new people. And what else do you do for the rest of the day? They'll usually go in between, like, and then they'll go in between kind of different exercises, and usually the exercises, it's just looking at kind of ways you can expand your kind of your knowledge about like the psychic faculty, the mediumship, and all this type of thing. So They're very like simple, like light exercises, but it's really more than fun than anything else. I know I don't go really to workshops to learn much because I know the format of them, but it's good to get like have a social outing with other like-minded people. It just kind of it's just nice to have a day out, a spiritual day out, and that's why a lot of people go. Like sometimes even at a beginner's workshop, they'll have like people that I would consider advanced at the beginner's workshops, but sometimes they're just looking for a day out. They're looking to kind of meet up with other people they may know or to make new friends. They do like these ones like with your imagination, like to imagine certain things, like imagine an orange, and how it looks, how it feels, how it tastes, and you're using all of your kind of psychic abilities to kind of tune into that object. And they do small things like this. That's pretty much how the day goes. The day is broken up with tea breaks, coffee breaks, and then your lunchtime, and the day goes very, very fast. And then it's obviously your closing down exercise and stuff. And in between, they're given kind of tidbits of knowledge, like from personal experience, on what's helped them kind of along the way, and they'll try to give that information to you, basically. Now, moving on to day 2, they usually get straight into it. It's the day of mediumship day. They try to keep the 2 days separate because the psychic work can really drain you, and if you're drained, you're not going to be able to do mediumship very effectively. So with the mediumship, usually what they do is they go straight in. I'm trying to think of the last workshop I did. What they did. So basically, we came in and we kind of just went straight away. So what they do is they tell you to get in your power. Getting in your power is just basically building up the energy in your chakras and getting in, I suppose, the zone. And how you can do that just by concentrating on each chakra and bringing the energy up, imagining the white light coming up and up and up and so on. There's loads of different techniques you can do. It's just basically what you're doing is you're just opening the chakras, you're getting into the zone, you're mentally putting yourself in a state of receptivity to communicate with the spirit world. That's all it is basically. And what they'll do is they may get you to stand or stand or sit down while you're doing the reading. Usually they do it in kind of like, if you're in America they call it a gallery reading, but over here they call it a demonstration. So you have to stand up in front of everyone else, which can be a little bit daunting, but usually the groups aren't that big, so it's not too bad. I have a lot of stage fright, so I wouldn't be good with standing in front of a room full of people, but if there's only about like 10 or 20 people there, like it's not going to be that bad. So you get up basically, like if you're kind of newish to it, they let you close your eyes, which is fine. Usually I ask to close my eyes anyway. And you just see who you're going to kind of pick up in the spirit world. You just ask your angels, your guides to come close, to work with you, and to blend with your energy, because that's what spirits do. They're coming into your energy and they just have to blend with your aura. And once the auras are blended between yourself, the incarnate, and the spirit, the discarnate, I'm getting confused. So once those two energies blend, you are able to pick up on their thoughts, emotions, feelings, anxieties, pains, and this type of thing. And that's how you can relay the information to the living person, and so on. So you try to bring through what you can while you're doing it. Sometimes the facilitator will, usually they're always a medium, by the way, so usually the medium will, they'll try to link in with the spirit that you may or may not be picking up, because sometimes you might not be connected properly and you might be getting someone you might be picking up more on a psychic level. And usually if they're a good tutor, they will be able to link in with who you're connecting with and give you kind of tips. I went to a workshop on Sunday where I was linking in with someone, and I was given kind of the message or whatever, but then said, oh wait, go back in to this part. Like they made me go back in clairvoyantly because I missed out on something that could have been significant, which was really good. And I like when they do that, because at least then you know that the medium is kind of connecting with you and kind of really helping you out, as opposed to someone just kind of listening. So they do that with everyone, and it depends on the style of your tutor. Some of them can be, like some of them that I've had have been harsher than others. What I mean by harsh is sometimes they're really strict and they like things followed by the book and stuff, whereas others are more kind of laid back and they'll just let you get whatever information you want. And then there's others that will kind of stop you in between, and they'll make sure you get kind of all the facts right before you move on to the next part. So it really depends on, that's why you have to pick a tutor for mediumship that like blends with your personality. Like if you're really, really shy, you're not going to deal well with someone who's really kind of strict and who'll be kind of on your case for if you're not saying stuff a certain way or this type of thing, okay? So you had to go around the whole room, and they try to get as many people done as possible. And you're learning from everyone as you kind of go around. And it's just interesting, like, usually I never get messages from other people, but it's always interesting to see the messages that are going around kind of the circle and stuff. Because I never knew that many people that kind of had passed and stuff, so it's hard for people to get people through for me. Now, like, there have been people that passed, so it's a bit more easier for them, but like I said, I haven't done the workshop in a very long time, so we'll see. So that's how the mediumship part goes for the group kind of setting. Then what they'll do is they usually have a break or something like that. They may do some small kind of things. What else? What other things can they do for the mediumship? They can do kind of like, there's this training you can do like for doing the fairs or like the expos. And what it is you're sitting down opposite someone in a chair, but you only get to read for them for 5 minutes, and then boom, you're on to the next person. It's like a rotating kind of chairs, like you move to one side, or the person or the people in front of you would rotate around kind of the circle. And it just what that does is it trains you to be able to get information through very quickly, because sometimes you're not going to have enough time to, you know, build up all your power or to meditate or to get yourself in the zone. And if you ever get to the stage where you're going to do fairs, it's like you need to be able to kind of connect and disconnect from the spirit world very, very quickly, so that you're not carrying over old energy from a previous reading. And what else did they do? Then they do obviously the one-to-one, so they pair you off with someone and you do one-to-one with them. So what you do, you sit opposite them, and you can close your eyes, whatever, you're building up your energy, you're doing the same thing that you did in the group setting all over again, and you try to bring through someone for the person in front. Sometimes they'll give you kind of like guidelines, say like, the person, sometimes to make it a bit easier, they'll say, I want to connect with such and such a person, and they just give you kind of the relationship of the person and maybe one other detail if they're male or female, depending on what the tutor decides on. And you try to bring through someone, and sometimes you get someone through, sometimes not. Sometimes it's someone that the person didn't really know that well. So if you're in kind of that type of a situation and you've got spirit there but you don't know who it is, like the person can't take it, don't be disheartened, because it might be just someone that person doesn't know, or it could be someone for the person sitting behind you or something. So never like put yourself down and just say that, or just think that, you know, it's like, oh, I'm not getting anything through, I'm not good at this, like I'll just call it a day. They'll never, like, spirit will never let you down. Like there are so many of them over there, so they will use any opportunity to come through whatsoever. So don't even think that you're failing at it or anything. It just takes time and practice to connect through to a certain individual. Like, so for a long time, like what was happening in my readings was I was bringing people through, but like about 3 or 4 different people were coming through and stuff, and I had only intended on one person to come through, like one person in particular. But that comes with time. It comes with time and experience, and it's not something that always comes at the start. It does take a lot of kind of dedication and kind of perseverance, and eventually what will happen is your link and your connection with spirit will get stronger, and you'll be able to maintain a single connection with a single spirit, and there won't be others trying to barge their way in, trying to confuse the message. So that's how the day of mediumship goes. I don't think there's not much else they excuse me, there's not much else that they do during the day to kind of get through the weekend. Like, that's basically it. So And what you take away from that is, I've been to many workshops, and basically what happens is three different things that you're taught. You're basically your meditation, your practice in readings, and self-belief. And those are the three things that you kind of do. They're the common denominators with all of the workshops. So I tend to not to go to workshops anymore unless they're kind of really kind of unique or kind of specialized, because I know more or less how the basic workshops, the format runs. So I know kind of what to expect. So the conclusion is that you can do everything that you do in a workshop at home or with friends. Just meditate to build up kind of your connection with the spirit world. Obviously practice on family, friends, and also friends of friends, because you won't know them that well. And also self-belief and trust, which is something that workshops can't teach. That's something that you need to do yourself. There's a lot of self kind of development, personal development. If you're an unconfident person, that will be something that you need to learn. You need to learn to be confident, trust the information that's coming through, trust your spirit guides, trust your spirit team, and the spirits that are bringing through the information. And that's how the workshop goes. There's nothing to be scared of. It is always a weekend of learning, fun, and activities. So I hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for the next video. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.